Hello everyone, my name is Christina. Welcome to my September Plan With Me setup. This month is a collage of cafes in Paris, cups of coffee, and some green craft paper to warm up the overall spread. The green paper is from Archer and Olive. It came with their June quarterly subscription box. And it wasn't just a giant notepad of green paper, it also came with craft paper and a beautiful blue. I wish I showed the actual notepad in this video, but I'll leave the video where I mention this product in the cards if anyone wants to see it. I checked their website to see if they sell this exact one, but they unfortunately don't. So it must have been an exclusive item to the subscription box, but they do have a rainbow notepad and their original Neapolitan notepad. One of my supplies that pulls this spread together is the stencil I use for the main text in the spread. I bought this at Joann's, and when I first saw it, it really stood out to me. I thought to myself, I don't own anything like this. And lately, I've been kind of bored with the stencils and letter stamps I currently own. So this is an excellent addition to my stationery supplies. The letters remind me of a typewriter font, and then there's a circle around each letter. I've used colorful cardstock in the past to add some color to my bullet journal spreads, but I found that made my planner extremely bulky. Although if you use a lot of paper like what I did in my August plan with me, that can also make it bulky. It's just not as bad as cardstock. Like, you'll still be able to turn the page. So yeah, I feel Archer and Olive's notepads are a great alternative to cardstock, especially if you want to add a big piece of color to your spread without drying out your markers. Funny story, I was initially planning on using the blue from this notepad for a Tokyo, Japan spread, but it just wasn't coming together like I had planned. So the night before I shot this, I came up with this one. So instead of Japan, it's Paris. But for coming up with this spread last minute, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. Also, if you're interested in where I got the images from, I bought them from Stationery Pal. But if you have a printer that prints in color, you can find pictures like this on Pinterest and Tumblr. The coffee stickers and stamps are from a subscription box by Your Creative Studio. And then I'm using my letter stamps for a quote to go in this box. I accidentally added a D at the end of love. The quote is supposed to be, "It's called love," which is from one of my favorite movies, Spirited Away. I hate to say this, but I've never been to Paris or anywhere in Europe. I've traveled to Asia countless times. I mean, I was born there, specifically Japan. I grew up there and lived there up until my freshman year of high school. So I did travel when I was younger, but never made my way to Europe. A couple of years ago, when David and I first got engaged, I had a 5-year plan of, okay, we're gonna spend X amount of years traveling, buy a house, have kids, and obviously the traveling part didn't happen. But things change, plans change, we have to adapt. It's still on my list of things to do. It's just not happening in the exact order I wanted to do it in. I see it as I could have gone years ago, before the pandemic, if I had just planned it. But I kept putting it off and going somewhere else, not realizing that at this point, 2021, a pandemic would be the deciding factor in whether or not we travel somewhere. Even if I went to Europe now, traveling just feels like a nuisance because every country has different entry requirements. It's just annoying now. It just goes to show, if you want to do something, do it. If you want to start drawing or painting, take a class. If you want to learn how to write in calligraphy like I did last year, do it. Last year I learned how to write in calligraphy, and I am just now learning to write in a different calligraphy style. I'm just done with that mindset of putting things off. I'm about picking a date, writing it down in my planner, and doing it. And that's how it should have always been. This goals page is probably my favorite goals page I've ever made. It's so simple, yet the details in the stamps take it to another level. Most times, my goals page is pretty simple. I have the word goals written in the middle, and then I write my goals down outside of that. Therefore, it kind of looks like a web. But this goals page inspired me to do a little more for my future goals page because I could have easily drawn this in. Unfortunately, I'm so used to doing the same thing and probably just distracted with creating the main page, the quotes page, and the monthly overview that the habit tracker and goals get the shorter end of the stick. So I'm excited to do something fun next month. I have something up my sleeve. As for my weekly setups, I'm sticking to a traditional 2-page. No more Dutch doors for a while. I need a break from Dutch doors. A traditional 2-page with a column for each day. I'm placing the collage in the top region of the pages, and this is probably the section where I can change things up each week and experiment. I'll probably stick to the green pieces of paper and the Parisian cafes, but add some color as I did with the right side of the page. The left side is more like coffees and makes you think of something warm. And then the right side, I have a cup of orange juice, which is nice and refreshing. Here is my September plan with me. I love how this turned out. As many of you know, I've dabbled in vintage bullet journaling. I took the layering aspect and added color and a theme, so be sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I post short form videos of my weekly setups, and subscribe to the channel. I post once a week, sometimes twice, and usually post my YouTube schedule at the beginning of the month. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed. I feel like there are many new faces here. It means so much to me and motivates and encourages me to continue working in this space. So thank you to everyone who has subscribed. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.